Okay, sign us in, Michael. Hey, see? Radishes. I told you.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
Yep.
It's taco time.
God.
What do you have? What can you do better?
No, that was fine. That's just...
Oh, yeah. That was fine.
Yeah, it's great. Hey, did you get a bunch of limes, too?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Fucking sprinkle that shit in, dude.
Should I?
Yeah, hell yeah. Get some flavor, bro.
But I'm not the biggest fan of limes.
Get the flavor town, son. Just a little bit.
Just fucking squeeze it on that. I've never done that.
You never? What do you normally do?
For what?
Like, limes.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't think I have lime in. I don't think I usually eat anything that involves lime.
Good.
Yeah?
Hmm?
I mean, it's not the worst, it's just not, my favorite.
No, I mean the taco.
Oh. I thought you meant limes.
You know what? I think your tortillas are actually better than mine.
I don't
The handmade's okay, but it's not exactly what I was hoping for.
I don't know if these are the handmade. Well, I mean, they're not as white as these. I would expect. When I think of flour tortilla.
You think of something like this? Why not?
No, that's a little bit darker than I would expect. I think of what I've got here on my plate.
Oh, like bright bone white?
Yeah, like that, because it's like bleached white, because it's flour. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you know what? Those look like regular tortillas.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, those are the kinds that I would make.
Look at this down here. I don't know if you can see that. This, if you can see the backside, is like pure white. This is like the white.
Yeah.
I don't know if I might have gotten the homemade ones after all. The girl at the counter was like, nah, you actually want these. I'll take care of it.
So today for Tacocast, we went to El Rey del Taco.
The king of tacos, baby. That's what that means, right?
Yeah. King of Tacos.
Sweet.
And having a handmade supposedly, allegedly, handmade tortilla with chicken, cilantro, and onions, and I put a little green sauce and some lime in there. It is fucking good.
I have the specialty on the grill 2-meat option with chuck, steak, and chicken. Why are you laughing? I was very confused at this place. Should I eat? I mean, radishes are good, right? Some people like them.
Yeah.
Eat them?
Yeah, straight up. They got a little spice to them, but they're good. They're a little bit of a palate cleanser because they kind of nuke your tongue.
I was gonna say I don't taste anything special here.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had radishes before. To be honest with you.
It's to nuke your tongue. So like.
Ow.
Yeah, they're a bit tough.
Ow.
They're a bit tough, buddy. There you go.
Well, when you bite into it long ways up against your front teeth, it's not how that works.
You know. Yeah, taco, because Tacocast, and torta, because I really wanted to try that and see how it goes.
I'm gonna try the red sauce.
I wouldn't.
Dear Lord, why did I do that?
It's pretty hot. The green is worse. Don't even bother. Trust me on that one. Well, worse for you, amazing for me. Fucking,
Really?
Yeah.
I figured that. Holy goddamn!
Did you try the green?
No,
Oh.
This is still the red.
Yeah.
Whew.
Well, it's like I said before, right? With green sauce, it's always a toss-up. You never know if it's going to be weakest out of all the other sauces available, or the fucking worst out of all the sauces available. And it's always interesting to find out. And in this instance, between the green sauce and the red sauce they gave us, the green sauce is
hotter.
It's hotter, I think. I didn't actually take too much time between the two. I just kind of like licked the lid for one and licked the lid for the other.
Well,
so it's possible that I could be wrong, but
I liked that even though I screwed up and forgot to ask for no jalapenos, they came whole and right on top, so I could just pick them up and put them to the side.
Yeah. You know, if we're going to continue this whole Tacocast notion, you're not going to be in for a great time a lot of the time.
Hey.
Yeah?
Tacos don't always have to be spicy.
No, they don't, but considering the region that they come from,
There are plenty of non-spicy things I can get.
Yeah. Actually,
I like tacos.
pick out these tomatoes here. The only thing is, this could use some lettuce.
I could use some cheese.
You didn't come in there?
No, wait.
Oh, it's got some in there.
I think it's in there. I just don't think I found it yet. I was kind of struggling on the outside edge. Basically, to paint a picture here, I have one of those styrofoam to-go containers with just meat and a few veggies on top.
Welcome to Mexico.
There's bacon, there's ham, which are two different things.
Wait, they included it in there?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was $13.
Oh, right. It said it was on the thing.
Yeah. It was one of the more expensive ones. Then there's my two meat, which was steak and chicken. And then there's some onions and avocados and tomatoes and these radishes. It's pretty good.
Yeah, dude. This torta's pretty sweet. All right.
Yeah.
It's good. The bread's good. Comes with maybe 1-2 slices of avocado. Some, they actually don't look like they're grilled onions, which is what I was thinking they were going to be.
I just have raw onions on mine. That sauce, though, it still hit me.
I'm not even feeling it.
Yeah, well, I have no fucking,
Yeah, you could just use some lettuce, but that's more of a personal thing.
Yeah.
Typically, when it comes to, as you're seeing, veggies aren't a large staple.
Yeah, no.
They're not always.
I see that. Because I like nachos so much, would put cheese and sour cream on this. Personally. But there's nothing wrong with a giant fucking plate of meat.
Well.
What?
Your brother might say so otherwise.
Yeah, well, he can suck a big old vegetarian dick. Not there's anything wrong with that.
No, not necessarily that, but it's not very healthy, Michael. You got bacon.
Shut up. What does, now, in Spanish, J's are pronounced like H's, right? Always, or is that sometimes? Like, Jesus is Jesus.
Oh, right, I gotcha. I don't remember.
Okay.
Probably not always, but I don't remember.
I am specifically curious. There was a stapler right next to the register that she was using that had a note on it, like a big piece of paper with big letters that said Kaja. Kaha, maybe? If I'm trying to pronounce that. Is that a person's name, maybe? Then they were like, this is my stapler, or is that an actual word?
Yeah, it's word.
What is it?
Register.
Oh. That is far less cool than I thought. It's more realistic because, of course, it is a
actually
restaurant.
makes sense.
But
Yeah.
I thought it was like, this is my fucking stapler, don't touch it.
Nope.
Well, never mind.
Good try. Decent pronunciation.
Did I come close?
3 points, my friend. Yeah. You just wouldn't elongate like you did. It'd just be kaha.
Well,
But, yeah.
interesting.
I should have thrown some rice and beans on my stuff.
Oh, you got rice and beans with yours?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I wish I got rice and beans with mine.
With your giant fucking plate of meat and shit.
Yeah. Dude, the more the merrier.
I got a torta. Come on, man. That doesn't even stack up.
No, but mine's just a lot of meat and some tortillas.
Yeah, welcome to authentic Mexican food. You see, this is
was
what I mean by the
authentic
difference between authentic food and then authentic the quote authentic Mexican.
Yeah, I like the quote authentic Mexican food a lot. I like going into a place where I can fucking look at the menu and understand it immediately and not go, wait, everything's in Spanish. No, wait, it's English. It's just not the first one on the list, and now my brain is confused because I don't know what to look for.
So entitled.
I absolutely am.
You're missing out on giant meat plates, dude.
I still got it. It was just confusing for a second because I didn't know which one to, like... I automatically started reading the Spanish one first and going, I don't know what this means. My cat has gone behind your desk.
That's fine.
She's going to get stuck, I hope.
No.
Yep, there she goes. She just ducked in there.
That's fine.
I hope she gets stuck.
She's a cat, dude. They're like liquid.
I know.
They can't actually get stuck. It's basically impossible.
They get stuck up a tree.
No, they're just chilling. It's humans who decide they're stuck.
I hope my neighbor get a cat out of a tree. He was like 30 feet up and screaming and out on a branch where he could not, like, he could have jumped, sure, but I don't know about 30 feet. He was also a kitten, and he was a pain in the fucking dick.
Like that day or always?
Just that day.
Oh.
I mean, otherwise it was always cool, but
Sure.
that day specifically,
Right.
because I had to hold the ladder while somebody else went up there.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't fucking doing it.
Yeah, I bet not.
of heights.
You do not like heights.
No heights for me. I don't think I've been filling these tortillas as much as I should have to try and evenly distribute this. I noticed that there are still 2 tortillas on the bottom, which I assume are what I will pick up and eat at the end. But
Yeah, usually that's...
I don't know, I like it.
I should have added rice to my food.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a customary side dish. You can just eat it as is.
Right.
But I don't really like just flat out beans. And I should have mixed them into my torta and my taco. But I didn't. Because I straight up literally just forgot I had them.
What kind of taco did you get?
Chicken.
Nice.
Just to try it.
Not the El Pastor.
Pastor? No, no. Though, man, the quality on this stuff was good. I may very well go back and try that. Just see see if it stacks up. Tacos Veloz, it wasn't great. But they didn't have the turnstile thing. I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
I didn't see one there either, so it might be some of the same, but you can make some good al pastor meat if you like on the grill, just like on a pan. My mom did. Not often, but sometimes.
I'm interested to try it, but it's spicy, isn't it? Did you tell me that?
That's not very spicy.
Okay.
It's seasoned. That's the difference.
It has flavor.
Yeah.
Not so much the heat part.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
I happen to really like the seasoning. Another thing with Tacos Veloz was it was greasy.
Yeah. I like that place too.
Yeah, it was good.
And then there was Taco Bell.
Then we had Taco Bell. It's not okay. I mean, I always kind of get the same stuff, but now that I realize they have that $5 box with all the burritos and stuff that I actually enjoy in them.
Yeah. They'll get that until they change it out for their newest thing, whenever that will be.
Oh yeah. Yeah, almost guaranteed. They had they have like that red burrito, whatever it is, for like $1 right now. Thing's top.
Yeah?
That one's good. It was good last. Oh, it's the Frito burrito.
Oh, yeah.
But
The special, like, spicy Fritos that really
yeah.
Yeah,
They
that
had
one's
those
good.
before for a little while, and they were dope.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got rid of them, and now they brought them back, but they brought them back for like $1 instead of whatever the hell price they were before, which may very well have been $1, and they're just making it a bigger deal than it is.
Right. I feel like they were $1 and change the last time.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, those are good. And the only downside is I didn't realize they were back last time when we were at Taco Bell. Which is, what was that, 2 weeks ago? Did we skip 2 weeks?
I think we took a week off.
Yeah, I think we only skipped 1 week.
Yeah.
Because last week was total dicks. I wish I had my gummy bears. Well, I ate, and that was good, but I'm still kind of hungry. Or I should have gotten another torta. Or just a few more tacos.
All right.
Or
I have a tortilla.
What I should have done was I should have mixed the beans.
I have tortillas in the
That would have been
fridge.
filling.
Take the beans and the sauce you have left and a tomato that I can see and some limes maybe. I don't know what else I can see. And the jalapenos that I have and put them in a tortilla and eat it.
No. No.
It doesn't sound very good.
No, I'm very... I prefer most of my tacos to have meat of some kind in them.
I have 4 kinds.
You do. You have a myriad number of meats for which to make your tacos with.
You want to try some?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It looks top.
It is pretty good. It is certainly different from what I have experienced before with Mexican food.
Quote, unquote, authentic.
I didn't say it. We didn't need to go there.
No, but that's what that's your majority experience.
That is my experience. I have never been.
Is that your sole experience?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I've never been served real, actual, authentic Mexican food.
It's close. It's pretty damn close. It's very good. I liked it.
We should go to Mexico.
We can. You need a passport, though. Oh. I have one. You don't, though.
I do not.
You would need one of those.
I would.
And to get one of those, I think you need like birth certificate, social security.
I've got that.
I don't think your ID counts. I think you just need I think you can get by with those two.
You wouldn't have to have a government issued ID instead of one of those, maybe?
No, I don't think you can use. No, I don't think so. I don't think you can use the government issued ID to verify another government issued ID.
Yeah,
I think you need to have the stuff that you need to verify the original government issued ID, which would be like proof of residency and.
Oh yeah.
That shit I said just a second ago that I forgot. I
know all that.
I think you need those.
And then money.
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
And then it takes a while, right?
Yeah, I remember it taking longer when I was younger.
How often do you have to update that?
Below the age of like 20, you can only get one. No, I think it's like below the age of like 18 or something. You can only get one that's like good for 5 years. Mm-hmm. But then after 18 or whatever the cutoff point is, after that you can get one for like 20 years.
God damn.
I don't know if there's like, oh, I just want a 5-year one or, for cheaper or something. Yeah. I'm not sure.
It might be like
I think after that point, yeah, you just get one for 20 years.
God damn. You go through a lot of changes, feature facially wise.
Not really. I mean,
20 years?
You can, sure. But, I mean, majority wise, your bone structure is going to remain about the same. Unless you have like drastic weight change or something, one way or the other. I think for the most part, you kind of don't really... Like, I think I've looked about the same for... God, I don't know how many years now. I mean, there's differences, sure. Like, I've got more facial hair. My skin is shittier. You can see, like, the self-loathing is much more clear.
The hatred is definitely clear.
Yeah, it's much more distinct.
Yeah. You used to be... I think when I met you, you were full of hope and life, and now you're just both just miserable.
No, I mean, I still am. Like, at the end of the day, I'm always gonna have the notion that all will be well. It's always gonna come out in the wash. It'll be fine. Because in the nihilist point of things, it doesn't really matter in the end. We're never going to escape. We're never going to expand much further out into the observable universe than we think we will. It's just not going to happen unless we have some radical fucking breakthrough in physics that literally breaks physics.
Potato.
So basically we're all here and we're all we got. And once you're gone, you don't get to take any of that with you. So it's fine. I mean, it's all mellow. So it's that kind of thing where just like, there's not really a point to harbor outward hatred, I guess. I can hate myself because I'm a piece of shit like always, but there's no reason for me to drag that out to everybody else necessarily.
Tell that to
it's
some
all-
of our coworkers.
No, they're far too entrenched in their own hate.
You think we'll get like that when we're old? I mean, we're not that old right now, but
No, we're not that old, but they're older than us.
Yes,
they're
considerably.
some of them almost double.
yes.
Almost double? Who is double? Is anyone double?
I think the one who left used to be double.
Oh yeah.
I think he was approaching 50 when he left.
Approaching? Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, we're almost 25.
No. I know that. I'm just.
I don't think he'd hit it yet.
He looked older.
Well, you
It's-
saw him. He was
it's-
full of stress all the time.
It's the hair.
And
Yeah, it was definitely the hair and the desperate desire to appear like he was 20.
Yeah, that's true.
That really just made it obvious that he's old. Also, he was a dick. That too.
That doesn't do great things for your appearance.
No, not really.
We got the permanent scowl on your face.
Yeah. So not quite double, but up there.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I mean, just from the age of like what, 19 to now, so about 6 years, I've changed my views a lot. Some just kind of became extensions of what I already had in plan, like I already had in my head. Others were, 360s, no scoped, of course.
Yellow Swag Edition.
Yeah, naturally.
Of course.
Um.
I mean, that's just part of growing up.
Well,
I was
sure.
a fucking idiot at 19.
Oh, I mean, we all were, really.
Yeah. Some more so than others.
But, I mean, I had opinions and, shit that also goes hand in hand with opinions. Metaphorical stuff. Biases, I guess, probably. I don't know. Stuff like that, those change. Some, as growth, and then some as reversion, etc. Just in 6 years. We've seen a lot of shit change over 6 years, really, with tech and law and everything. That's cool. So, I don't know. I mean, God, that's almost another 25.
Yeah.
Just from 19 to 25 was a lot.
That's true.
Just doubling that, I mean, really, that's... Like, the 12 years would put me at about age range with everyone else.
Not quite, but yeah. Getting there.
Yeah.
I'm sure our views will have changed at that point again.
Hopefully, for the better. If better can be qualified as a thing when talking
Better
about
for you.
when talking about opinions. Well, hell, dude, even better for you is subjective. Should we be sitting around on our asses all day like assholes?
Well,
No, it's better for us, like, it's enjoyable. But is it, like, actually better for us, like, physically?
well, no, of course not.
No. So better is, like, a subjective thing. It's like, well, I mean, we're doing this, though. So it's better because it's way more fun. But is it actually better?
Well, I mean, we could be doing worse, too.
Well, sure, but, that's what I
We'd be
mean.
laying on the
Well, that's-
carpet of the living room, swatting at each other going, "You're a penis.
That's true.
You're a penis."
No, that's scheduled for tomorrow, my friend.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Gotta make sure to get my swatting arm ready.
Don't swat too hard. Hashtag stop the swatting.
Swat so hard, motherfuckers want to fry me.
I read an interesting thing today.
Yeah.
They are raising the minimum limit. Yeah, the minimum limit for overtime. Apparently, and this is what I didn't know before, if you work more than 40 hours a week and make less than 23,000, I think it is, dollars a year, you qualify for overtime. That's not very much money.
Wait, what?
If you, I mean, it's more salary, but it also affects non-salary people as well.
Sure.
By law, if you're working at probably minimum wage, I don't know the math exactly, but I think if you're working minimum wage,
40 hours a week.
40 hours a week, you make less than $23,000 an hour, or $23,000 a year.
Right.
Then you currently, as it sits right now, if you work more than 40 hours, you qualify for overtime. What they've done is starting December 1st here in a few months, they've upped that to like $48,000. Which means it's going to affect a whole fucking lot more people.
Gotcha.
Salary or not, because as the way I understood it, hourly people, you work more than 40, you get overtime. And for a lot of places, I know that's true.
Right.
But salaried people, they're like, all right, you're salaried now, that means no overtime. You work 50 hours every day.
Yeah.
Now the government says,
there's two different kinds of salary, but the more common one is that one where people who go to salary get fucked, basically.
Yes. Well, we experience that a lot, specifically with us in retail, because that's what they do.
Yes, sure.
And restaurants and things like that. And that's exactly what this is designed to affect.
So even if their salary, regardless of which type,
yes,
and they make less, and even with salary, no matter how much they work, they make less than that amount.
If they make less than $48,000 a year, which is a large majority,
then the amount over 40, they get overtime. They're supposed
to
legally get overtime.
They will get time and a half.
That's fucking sweet.
Both of us fall under that bracket.
Oh yeah.
Because currently, I believe we both make more than $23,000. I'm sure.
Well, last year, technically, no, we didn't. Well,
you didn't work a full year.
No.
You also don't work full time. It doesn't really matter in your specific situation. But we're not talking about that. But I
could, though.
Yes, you could. And if you worked more than 40 hours, it doesn't matter at our job because our job sucks for that. But I'm interested to see what will happen at our job when this goes through. But in a more advanced way, probably nothing because fuck the law. But for other people who do work more than 40 hours,
they're going to get fired.
There's a lot of speculation as to what will actually happen.
That people are going to get dicked.
Pretty
much what's going to happen.
I think they brought it down to, the people who were talking about it, brought it down to like 3 options. One, everybody starts working 40 hours. They tell you no more overtime.
Yeah, regardless of anything.
Because the company can't afford it.
Sure.
The other thing was they lower your wage, which will get a lot of people pissed off and most people will quit. And then they'll have to hire new people and train them, which will be more expensive for the company overall.
Yeah. It's a long game.
And I've forgotten the third one now. I hate myself for not remembering that since I brought up this topic. But
what have you done?
There was a third option that people were speculating could be a thing that would happen. And I think the third option was more out there as not many jobs would choose that kind of thing. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes down to affect that. Because not only are they upping it to $48,000, but they will be raising it every 4 years to adjust for inflation. I think they've estimated it to be up over 50,000 by 2020.
Yeah.
And since it's going to start in 2016, 4 years from now, that's a pretty decent jump. And as long as they keep doing that, that would be pretty fucking sweet.
Yep. Until businesses lobby or pay lobbyists for some kind of loophole that they can get around, so that way they don't have to do any of that shit.
Of course.
Or the quality of work, or the quality of, the output of work that employees are going to be able to do is going to tank real hard because people are going to get fired and cut like bare bone work to even barer bones, and they're just going to have to deal. Maybe. I don't know. That's my guess. I think the lobbying thing is going to happen more likely than anything else.
Yeah.
There's going to be loopholes made or loopholes abused in some form or fashion, just like there already are for things like Obamacare and everything. So, I don't know. We'll see. That's interesting, though. It's progress, sort of.
Right.
It's discussion.
They said it's supposed to take...
And if people get dicked, then they're going to be really mad, and they're going to actually talk about it. So then we can't avoid the conversation anymore. Right. And now, with Bernie Sanders and everything, and, all the changes going on, a lot more people are getting a lot more vocal. And that's, if anything, like, even though this election year really sucks, and I don't like a lot of what's going on, people are like pissed and they're talking about it. And that's meaningful, because that's very different from years past where, there was a big hurrah, but it kind of fizzled out. And I do expect this to fizzle out to some level, but there were a lot more people who are a lot more pissed this time around. And I think that kind of thing is going to keep rolling to some level after the election year. And moving forward, we're going to see not necessarily more activists exactly in the same term that I guess I would consider an activist, but I think we're going to have a lot more calling out and less people afraid for their jobs, because at this point they know they're dicked no matter what. So I think that will be useful. So even if, December rolls around, the price thing happens and a lot of people get screwed, rather than, businesses keeping them under their thumbs, a lot of people are going to take to social media and the internet at large and just fucking put everybody on blast. Which I think is going to be interesting, hopefully progressive, but at the very least it'll be interesting, I think.
Well, I think I was trying to remember the statistic that they were talking about with the minimum or the overtime thing, and I believe what they were talking about was
like a lot of people go overtime without getting overtime.
Not so much that, it was the wage, the amount of people who actually qualify for the overtime who work who work and make less than $23,000 a year was only like 5% of the population.
Yeah.
And they said doing this is I think they said the original, when that was put into place, it was like 80% of the population.
Right.
That number I'm not 100% on. I feel like I saw 80% in there.
Sure.
And I remember this was earlier today and I was half asleep anyway. But I do remember what they said was after they put it in starting in December, that should bump that number from 5% to 30% of the population.
Yeah.
30% of the population makes less than $48,000 a year.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. We don't make a lot of money in America. We really don't. It doesn't trickle down like it's supposed to, and a lot of people are getting screwed regularly. But unfortunately, there's not really much they can do about it.
Bitch. Like I do.
Yeah.
Every time I get a paycheck and I'm like, oh, there it goes. I'll pay my bills and buy a little bit of food, and now I'm broke again.
Yeah, let's buy PS4s.
Okay.
All right.
Wait.
No.
That's what credit cards are for, right?
Yeah.
The American dream. Build up as much credit as possible because otherwise...
No.
Oh, wait.
Not credit. Debt. Build up as much debt. Yeah. Build up as much debt as possible, blame it on everybody else.
I mean, it's Obama's fault that I have debt.
Not for long.
I'm still going to blame him.
Oh.
I hope that carries over. I hope the thanks Obama thing is just forever now.
No, it's...
200 years from now, it'll be like, thanks Obama.
To be fair, I do still plan to use thanks Obama.
Yeah.
Well into, like, next year. But hopefully something new comes up that I can use it instead. That'll be nice.
What if he's the only black president for, like, a long time? Like a fucking
unlikely, but
no, yeah. Absolutely unlikely. It's way more progressive. But... It would just be kind of funny to look back and be like, so we had this one guy, and then never again. Yeah, that would fucking suck for us.
That would
as an outsider looking in at America.
Yeah, that'd look kind of sad. As historians, we'd look back on it and go, "Man, we got to get our shit together." Or I guess once they have finally gotten their shit together, they can look back and go, we didn't have our shit together.
Right.
It's okay.
How's your Dr. Pepper? Cherry.
It's good. Cherry Diet Dr. Pepper, dude. It's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just sad that Lex Luthor is in all my cans. It says 5 of 5, so I don't know if it's like each brand has its own.
They're collectors. Are you saving those?
No. No, I'm drinking them.
Robert, Batman vs. Superman was a good movie. Don't you agree?
No, I don't. It was alright. There were a lot of parts I didn't like.
Me too.
A lot of parts I really didn't like. Most to do with cohesion and pacing and just the fucking length. But there are parts I did enjoy, and it's got groundwork. It's incredibly rushed groundwork, but the groundwork is there nonetheless, and I'm curious to see how it plays out moving forwards.
I think it would have been better if it was just labeled as like Justice League the prequel. Because it really was just like the actual Batman versus Superman part of that only lasted like 5 minutes, if even. I mean that's what it was always supposed to be. I mean the reality is Superman could tear him apart in literally seconds if he wanted to. Sure. If he ever wanted to, he could have done. He was toying with Bruce. I mean it's the same with the source material, which was Mark Miller's book, The Dark Knight Returns. Returns? Rises? No, Returns.
Or was it just The Dark Knight?
I think
whatever.
It's just The Dark Knight.
I don't remember. It's the Miller book. A lot of people know it.
Done.
It's the same thing. Bruce calls out Superman. He also has help with he gets help from Ollie, Green Arrow. And then tricks Superman, like distracts Superman long enough for Ollie to plant the arrow, the kryptonite arrow. And then Batman just curb stomps the shit out of him. Like that's it. That is the fight. That's what happens. It's not this long drawn. Yeah, that's it. It's not this long drawn out thing. It's like a couple pages long. He just straight up decks him, and that's it. It's over. And the reason why is because, even at their old age, the reality is, if Superman ever really wanted to,
well, sure,
he could just be out in space, use supervision, telescopic vision to zoom down into Gotham, pinpoint Batman, and just laser vision him. He's dead.
Absolutely. There's no contest there.
So that's why it's never going to be a long, drawn-out fight, because it just doesn't work like that. Now, Superman versus Zod... Well, if you want to see it, you get Superman v Zod, because that works. A Kryptonian versus another Kryptonian can be an incredibly long, drawn-out fight because they can actually duke it out. They can't just straight up murder each other in like a second if they really wanted to. I mean, they probably could if they knew what they were doing, but it's like two humans fighting each other. If you really wanted to kill someone and you really, really were trained well and knew how to do it, I guess you could in a matter of moments, but if neither of them do, or if they're both on about equal levels, then, they're just going to go for however long they go until it's over. So, that's why it's just never going to be like that. It's always going to be a very short thing, because logistically, it can't be anything else. It's a human versus a Kryptonian.
Yeah, but it's Batman.
Sure, but he's still a human regardless of anything, so,
he's the ultimate human.
Well, yes, in terms of how they write him, he's usually, like they say, peak human strength, but he's superhuman.
Even on his best day.
Yeah, he's superhuman on everything,
sure.
So.
No, I've never understood the actual... like the story behind it of Batman versus Superman. I've not read the comics, but the whole thing behind it, like that used to be a question back when I was a teenager. People would talk about it. Oh,
Well, that was that's always been a thing.
It's no contest.
They make comics about it every time.
I've never seen it as a contest. That's just Batman could make all his little gadgets and toys and stuff like that. Superman could still destroy him. It's just never going to be a contest. But
well, yeah. No, it's not. And that's the topic that's come up in Batman Superman comics, like fucking, I don't know, maybe every 3 years.
Right.
They release a what if, or it's just, they release a miniseries where they just fight each other, or they meet for the first time and they fight each other.
What if Superman loses all of his powers and then has to fight Batman?
That's happened. They've done that.
I'm not surprised.
That was one of the more classic stories where
really?
Superman fights Muhammad Ali. And he actually loses that one.
Really?
They travel to a planet with a red sun, so Superman doesn't have the powers of the golden sun that makes him Superman.
Right.
So effectively, he's as strong as he would be as if he were a human.
Sure.
And he enters a boxing match on that planet with the red sun with Muhammad Ali, and he loses. He loses that fight.
Wow.
So.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, and that was from fucking. God, that was from the
Golden Age, really? Or was it silver?
Gold or silver.
Okay. That was a while ago.
It was one of the two. I don't remember which. I want to say probably silver. I think gold is way too far back for that to be a thing.
That's cool.
But yeah, they've established that long time and time again. That's just a thing. The only reason he's so great is because he's Kryptonian. In terms of like just raw fighting potential, he doesn't have it. But he doesn't need it, And there have been plenty of things where they've done little blurbs in a Superman comic where he's fighting, I don't know, some alien kung fu master, something like that. And then
alien kung fu master.
They're about to do a secret uppercut punch thing on Superman. Superman just blocks it. He's like, "Yeah, I got trained by Batman. Fuck off." Just counter.
Wait.
There's tons of shit like that.
Let's go back for a second.
What?
Alien kung fu master.
Sure.
Chameleon. With the alien karate chop hands?
Yeah, karate chop hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was all. I just wanted to make that. I thought of the image and I wanted to share that. What about Civil War? How'd you like that? I already know the answer.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
I liked it. It was fucking awesome.
it was paced really well. A couple parts were hokey, but it was all right. I mean, that's fine.
I didn't get any hokiness.
They worked in a few memorable moments from Cap's history, like the "No, you move" speech. That one was good. I liked that. They skirmish kind of towards the end to really paint Tony as more or less the bad guy, and it doesn't help that they made him basically wrong at the very end of it all. I mean, that's kind of how. I mean, funny enough, that's how it went in the comic. Was Tony was reasonable on some of the side stories, but in terms of the main arc, he was just more and more painted obviously as a villain, to the point where he literally hires villains to work for him as the heroes. It all culminates where he doesn't recognize that he's being a dick and he was wrong until Cap is dead. And then at that point, it's just like, okay. I mean, this whole time we're being told that it's like, oh, it's two sides. No, it's not really. Tony's wrong. That's just kind of... They really do paint it as Tony is wrong, and Tony doesn't realize it until Captain America dies.
Wait, Captain America doesn't die?
In the comic, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. In the main storyline, where in the comic that it comes
He
from...
dies in the comics?
Yeah, he dies. He gets killed.
Huh. He comes back, I assume.
Of course.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, comic books.
Yeah. Nobody said.
But in the comic, yeah, that's what happens. Is everything escalates and it escalates, and it's supposed to be painted as two sides, you know, where both of them are kind of right. Mm-hmm. But in the main line, it was pretty much from the get-go. Tony's painted as the villain, and he's wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas in the side stories that tie in but weren't referenced, okay. The main line doesn't reference the tie-ins. The tie-ins reference the main line, right? Mm-hmm. And in the tie-ins, that's where you actually see a lot of humility, and you can see Tony's point, because some of the writers who did start work for the tie-ins tried to make the situation a little bit more gray. But in the main line, whoever the writer was for it, and I don't remember who it was, maybe Quesada, I'm not sure. It was pretty much one-sided to make Tony look more and more evil as the main event went on, until it culminated at the very end where Cap dies and then Tony sees that he was wrong. And he's like, I fucked up. And they basically null the whole thing, and there's fallout and all that shit afterwards. Mm-hmm. And they kind of do the same thing in the movie. You can see Tony like getting more and more aggressive as Cap stays relatively calm despite all of this going on. Where he's like, come on, Tony, like you can't do this. And then Tony like literally snaps back at Captain America. He's like, you don't understand. I'm doing this. You know, like it feels very out of character for someone who's very usually the cool, calm, collected type. They purposely kind of make him more sporadic and like he's losing it. And so they're just like, okay, well, he's losing it. Very clearly, he's no longer in the right here. And what happens at the very end?
No, don't.
All right, fair enough.
It's still fairly new at this point. I don't want to do that. We can talk about it at another point with that kind of thing. But I feel like that, because of the thing, with the thing, I could see why he would lose his cool over that.
Well, I don't mean then. I mean before that point. When they're at the airport. You know, they're all kind of warning and like backing off and going, okay, look, I'm right, we got to do this. I have the evidence, we got to do this. And Tony's unwilling to hear him out, you know? We're even to the point where like he imprisons Wanda in her own, like he tries to justify it. And that's where Cap really steps up. He's like, whoa, dude, that's fucked up. Like, yeah, sure, she's in the mansion. That's all well and good, but you're literally taking away her freedom of movement. You've restricted her freedom. Like his name's Captain America. That's kind of his fucking thing. Freedoms. The American ideal.
Sure.
And Tony tries to justify that. You don't justify that behavior. That's not how that works. You can't claim to be for freedom and then restrict the freedom of others. You know? It just doesn't work like that. And so when they do that and he tries justifying it, and then when Captain America calls him out on it, and then Tony refuses to back down from it, like they do these subtle little things that continue to build. And then during the airport scene, I think before all the fighting starts, you know, that's when Tony has that freak out moment where he kind of snaps at everybody. Where he's like, you don't understand, I'm trying to do this. Like I'm trying to bring peace together, but forcing you guys to do it.
I don't remember that.
I do. Well, I mean,
I remember him
don't
snapping at the end, obviously, but I don't remember him
That's
snapping
not.
at the airport.
Yeah, no, not that. That's different. That's a whole different thing. That's emotional. He's lost it at that point.
Yeah.
That I understand. That's fine. I have no qualms with that. It's the part before then that leads up to all of this. Before he finds out, he gets the information,
right,
and finds out what's really going on this whole time. Before that happens, he's still escalating, and he's refusing to back down. He gets everybody arrested, and they all make fun. Like they're all making fun of him at that point because it's just like, he's being a total dickhead. And he refuses to back down from this notion that he's not, until he's literally face-palmed with evidence. It's you're being a dick, dude. And then he backs down. So that's effectively, that moment is the Cap dying moment, where he realizes, I've gone too far, blah, blah, blah. And then we get the ending where, it effectively sets up for Avengers 3. Which pretty much was how Civil War went down in the first place.
With more specific details, when they were basically two sides fighting at that point in the airport scene.
Yep.
Was that how it was in the comic books? Were those sides, like the people who were on each side, the ones who were in the comic books? Since I haven't read them.
God, I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Because I would picture
the teams are huge.
Yeah, see, that's what I picture, because they haven't had time to bring in every possible Marvel character and all this kind of stuff, and all the little ones that nobody's going to get, because it's different. It's got to be different from the comics. The people who want to read the comics are going to read the comics, and they can also see the movies.
It's
but
two different
they've got a
so
completely different continuity for their Marvel cinematic universe, completely different. So I would have, like, in my head is what I picture as a civil war between the two. I would picture more characters who are probably not as well known.
Well,
at the very least. To the layman person.
Layperson. I think, is that you? I think layperson.
That just sounds French.
Because layman is layman. That is the person, so it'd be layperson.
You're lame.
Civil War, it was a shit ton of heroes. I mean, and I don't remember who all was on whose side. I honestly have forgotten at this point. I think in terms of the main cast, the core people involved, the same ones who were in the cinematic universe, I think they were all in the correct places. I'm pretty sure things like Hawkeye was on Captain's team, etc. Like Black Widow was on Tony's. I feel like out of the cast that overlap, I think they were on the correct sides. Though I don't think Vision was involved at all. He's not really he's a big character now that the movie's out, but before that point he wasn't really a big deal, unfortunately, because he's kind of cool. I like him. But I don't remember super well, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
God. All right, let's wrap this up because I want to die. Michael, closing thoughts? Rate your taco, or rate your platter that you made tacos out of. Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah? Any qualifiers you want to put on there? Or just want to give a flat number?
I'm thinking. It's so different. It's hard for me to judge it into another category of 8 out of 10.
Yeah?
It's pretty fucking good. It's not the best. There are things I personally would change about it just based on my own tastes, but it's hard to go wrong with just a big plate of well-cooked meat and a few vegetables. And tortillas.
Okay.
What about yours?
The rice and beans, the rice was very good. The beans were still pretty good. I didn't eat a lot of them, but they were good. The torta was good. Had plenty of meat on it. I'd prefer some lettuce on there, but that's not always common when it comes to a torta, so I don't blame them for that one. Salsa was really good. Decent amount of spice on it. I don't really feel any burn now, so it doesn't linger, but it had some good flavor. And the taco was actually quite good. The tortilla wasn't quite what I would have liked, considering I thought I bought handmade, and if that's their handmade, It's a little lacking compared to like what I would make or what my mom would make.
Right.
But the chicken, the quality of the meat was very good. The steak was good. The chicken was not very well seasoned, but it was still really good. I don't know, it was really good overall. I'd probably give it maybe 8.5. 8.5 out of 10, probably. I don't want to throw numbers too high because we haven't been to a ton of places.
Right.
And who knows? Maybe next time we go there, if we wind up having to overlap because we run out of taco places, I don't know.
Sure
I could easily see my number going higher because I really did enjoy that. It was very good food.
Once we get a better base for all the other places we can go to.
Well, yes, but more.
Trying other places and picking our favorites out of that.
The thing is, for you, all of this shit's new.
Of course.
These are all flavors that you're not used to because you're used to more controlled meals.
Right.
What you get from one authentic Mexican restaurant to another is going to be
fairly
largely
similar.
the same.
Right.
Whereas this stuff is going to vary highly in quality. Like I would say I think the steak from Tacos Veloz was better than the steak from here. Not by very much, but I personally think the steak was a little better. Stuff like that. Like it's gonna even amongst the ingredients, they're gonna vary from one place to another, just based on how they do it. Whereas for me, I've had a lifetime of this type of food.
Yeah, no,
so
I haven't done that.
I'm used to like a lot of it. The amount of meat per vegetable ratio, the kind of grease they used to cook or oil they used to cook it in, the tortilla types, the bolillo, the bread. All this is very familiar to me. However, I don't eat this stuff very often because usually if I do, it's when I'm at home.
Yeah.
And my mom's gotten into much more of a health kick over the last few years, so I see less and less of the authentic food that I'm used to, and more like baked fish and stuff like that, which is fine. It's good. I still enjoy it, but it's not, it's not this stuff.
Right.
So it's there for me. It's not entirely new, but it's going to take me a while to remember all this type of food that I used to eat a lot of. So that's why my numbers may very well change if we wind up going back to other places.
I'm sure we will.
But it's good. 8.5. I think it was very good. I would absolutely eat more of this.
The king of tacos, would you say?
It's too early to say, honestly, but
well, just after that's what their name is. I mean,
yeah, sure.
Your first experience there.
It was very positive, but I don't know. I can't crown them king. I don't know. We'd have to go to more places. Out of all the three,
I'm gonna crown
out of the
king
three
of
we've had
tacos.
so far, I would rate them. I would consider them the highest so far. So I don't know. I guess king on an oily throne. They might slip. Better? Are you happy I said it? Is that what you wanted?
It's in their goddamn name. They should be crowned king of tacos.
Okay, well, they are temporarily. Possibly for good, but for now, temporarily.
So far, they're the best.
Yeah, so definitely, hands down, I agree with that statement. So far, they're the best.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time.
How are you going to see them?
You'll hear us next time.